You know that feeling when you're stuck at that pretty good level of English? You can get by, sure, but you know there's another level out there, a level where you feel totally confident and fluent. Well, that's C1 English. Today, we're going to go on a quest to find the grammar keys that unlock that level. And trust me, what we find might just surprise you.
So, let's get real. What is C1 anyway? Is it just some score on a test? No way. Think of it more like a key. It's the key that unlocks genuine freedom in English. The freedom to say exactly what you're thinking, with all the nuance and precision you want, in any situation.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it, because this is the real goal, isn't it? That amazing flexibility to go from a super serious business presentation to just kicking back and joking with your friends, all in English, without even breaking a sweat. Now that is fluency.
Okay, so how do we get there? You're probably picturing a giant mountain of grammar books you have to memorize, right? Well, the actual secret to C1 grammar is something totally different, and honestly, it's much, much better. Just take a second and think about all the grammar you've already learned to get to where you are now. All those tenses, clauses, all those rules. It's a lot of work. So the biggest surprise, and really the best news I can give you, is what's coming next.
Yep, you heard me right. Getting to C1 isn't about learning 1,000 new grammar rules. It's about taking the grammar you already know and adding depth, flexibility, and nuance. Think of it this way. You're not building a whole new house. You're just doing a really cool, sophisticated renovation on the one you've already built. So, let's open up this C1 Toolkit. We're going to check out a few key tools. These are structures that will add that advanced, polished feeling to your English and really kick it up a notch.
First tool out of the box, participle clauses. Just look at the difference here. The before sentence is totally fine. It's good, solid B2 English. But the after version, frustrated by the lack of progress? Wow, it's just so much more concise, so much more dynamic. It's like an instant F grade.
Okay, our next tool is called hedging. And no, it's got nothing to do with gardening. In communication, hedging is this amazing art of softening your language. It's how you can sound more polite, less aggressive, or just show that you're not 100% certain. This is an absolutely crucial skill for high-level communication. Here's a perfect example. See those magic words? Could, potentially? Without them, the sentence sounds like a really strong, bold prediction. But with them, it becomes a thoughtful suggestion. It sounds more professional, more polite. It just shows a higher level of thinking. And really, that's what this is all about. When you master hedging, you master the sound of professional politeness. It's a tiny change in your words that makes a huge difference in how people hear you. Okay, but what if you want to really emphasize something? For that, we've got a fantastic tool called the cleft sentence. The whole idea is pretty simple. You basically split your sentence into two pieces to shine a big spotlight on the one part that's most important.
Take a look at this. We could just say, effective time management sets top-performing employees apart, and that's fine. But saying it's effective time management that, boom, all the focus goes right to that key phrase. It's such a powerful way to make your point stick.
Now, if you want to add even more elegance and emphasis, let's talk about inversion. This is where you flip the normal word order of a sentence, and it creates this really dramatic, formal effect. I have to admit, this is one of my personal favorites. It just sounds so good. So instead of the normal, an opportunity like this rarely arises, you put that word rarely right at the front, and that forces you to switch the verb and subject. Rarely does an opportunity. It just sounds so much more formal and important, doesn't it? Inversion also helps you create these incredibly sophisticated conditional sentences. The standard, if we invested, works, of course, but the inverted form, were we to invest, just sounds more formal, more hypothetical. You hear this a lot in business, and it is a clear C1 signature move. All right, so we've got some powerful new tools. The final part of our quest is all about polishing the skills you already have, adding those extra layers of elegance and nuance that really make a difference. You already know linking words, right? Of course you do. Well, the C1 level is about mastering them. It means you're moving beyond just but and also, and you're starting to use words like nevertheless or notwithstanding with total confidence. This is how you build complex arguments that are super clear to follow. And what about tenses? You might think you've already got them all down pat, but C1 has some pretty creative uses. One of my favorites is this little storytelling trick, where you use the present tense to tell a story that actually happened in the past. It makes your listener feel like they're right there with you. See how that feels? It's so immediate. Even though the story is over, using I'm and crashes just makes it feel more dramatic and engaging. It pulls your listener right into the moment. It's a subtle thing, but it's a very advanced skill. And to round out your toolkit, there are a few other handy structures. You've got advanced comparatives like the faster we finish, the sooner we can leave. They just have a great rhythm. For more formal stuff, impersonal passives like it is thought that are super useful. And then there's apposition. That's just a fancy word for adding extra detail right next to a noun. Real C1 fluency is about weaving all these different tools together seamlessly.
So that's the C1 toolkit. And as you can see, this whole quest isn't about memorizing a dictionary of new rules. It's about mastering a handful of powerful tools. Tools for politeness, for emphasis, for elegance, so you can finally unlock that true freedom and expression in English. You know, the journey from B to C1 really is a huge transformation. You have the map, you have the tools. The only real question left is, what are you going to build with them? Your C1 journey starts right now. So what will you say first?